right, ma'am, lose the attitude. I'm up here in the black dress. I get to decide who has an attitude. I think you have an attitude. So let's stick with a Q&A. The attorneys will ask you questions, then you can answer them.
You got one?
Ma'am, I'm going to hold you in contempt. Ma'am, you're not here to defend yourself. You're here to answer questions. That's all you're here for. Mr. Land, I'm going to bind over. Yes, there are discrepancies in the story, but the measuring stick I'm supposed to use is possible that a reasonable trier of fact would buy one version of the story. Gentlemen, your appearances on the People versus Sharpley.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Muhammad, I'm happy to be with us.
Good afternoon, I'm Ivan Land, P65879, filling after Mr. Perry Sharpie. This standing. But that's my left. Please state your name for the judge. Oh, Perry Sharpie.
Thank you, sir. Are we ready?
Yes, and Judge, the preliminary matter, I'm going to request a mutual order of sequestration with the exception of the officer in charge, Detective Brian Perkins.
Mr. Land?
Yeah, just have one witness, potential witness, like swear.
Okay. Why don't we ask her to step out until she's called in? Who's your first witness, Mr. Muhammad?
Judge, if I may, just one minute. Judge, for our first witness, we call Ms. Camila Sharpley. Camila Sharpley. Sharpley?
Ms. Sharpley, all the way up front.
My apologies. One more preliminary matter. Pursuant to MCL 76611B, I'd like to introduce into evidence a copy of the certified register of actions which will reflect the defendant's previous conviction. And this is in relation to the following deduction charge. And I presented it to the defense counsel.
Ms. Sharpley, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth today?
Yeah.
Come on up here and watch your step. There's a ramp right here. It'll trip you up if you're not ready for it. Settle in that chair right there.
Your Honor, may I publish the record to the court?
You okay with that stipulation, Mr. Land? Thank you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you please state your full name for the record?
Camila Sharpie.
Can you please spell it for the record? Thank you. Ma'am, I'm going to take you back to the at location of 6291 South Wayne Road.
Yes.
Is that located in the city of Romulus, County of Wayne? What is at that location?
Here, Camila Sharpie is the
And what were you doing at that location on that day?
He begged me to come over to watch the game with
And what is your relationship with Mr. Harris Sharpley?
my beloved brother.
And do you see that individual in the courtroom today?
I do.
Can you please point to that person and point out an article of clothing he's wearing?
Right to the right and blue and suit.
Your Honor,
Noted.
please let the record reflect the witnesses identify the defendant.
Noted.
And did something happen with your brother at that location that brings you into court today? Or did he do something that brings you to court today?
Yes, he jumped on my son,
And what's the name of your son?
Monty Robinson.
Can you please spell his name for the record?
K-H-U-M-A-N-I-R-O-B-I-N-S-O-N.
And what happened between the defendant and your son that brings you into court today?
He jumped on my son.
And can you tell us how that began?
He got upset with them, first of all, he was trying to say,
Okay, hold on. Let's try not to say he or she, use names because it gets confusing if there's a lot of people involved.
Here, Sharpie, he got out of control when he's drunk. So, he got upset that my kids were telling me that, so he wanted to go to the farm room. He went to the farm room,
Objection, Your Honor. She testified in the narrative.
and,
She is. Let's try to stick to a Q&A.
Ma'am,
he told me to explain the story. I was trying to explain the story.
All right, ma'am, lose the attitude.
Okay.
Well, I'm up here in the black dress. I get to decide who has an attitude. I think you have an attitude. So let's stick with a Q&A. The attorneys will ask you questions, then you can answer them.
Okay, that's,
Man, when you were at that location on that day, did you observe something that drew your attention? Did something draw your attention while you were at that home?
yes, jumping, my parents going sharply, jumping on my drums.
Okay, and when the defendant jumped on top of your son, what happened next?
He held him down in the chokehold, putting on all his dreads.
Who held who down?
Pierre sharply held my Robinson down in the chokehold, putting on all his dreads.
And what did the defendant do next?
Well, I was trying to put him off my son, but he wouldn't come up. So when he finally came up, because he said Pierce sharply said to me, he jumped up and he like I was putting on him and get him off my son, off mine. And he jumped up and he was like, "Did you want some too?" And he started swinging on me.
And how old is your son?
He was 15 at the time.
And what did the defendant do next?
He ran to the bedroom, grabbed his gun, and came back out and was like, "This how I kill you. This how I kill you."
And can you describe this gun? Was it a handgun, a small gun?
It was a handgun.
Do you know if the gun was loaded?
I'm not sure of that.
And what did he do after the defendant had received this gun? What did he do with it?
I just told you, he raised up and he said, "Nigga, I killed." He said, he said, "Nigga, I killed. Nigga, I killed."
And this firearm, in which direction was it pointed when he made those statements?
Well, it's towards his kitchen, because my gun was standing towards in the kitchen area. And,
Was there
locked that up.
Was there anybody else in the kitchen area besides your son?
His wife is out there, that's never been a son.
Whose wife?
Pierre's wife.
And what happened next?
And then they ended up dragging us out of the house, and, we went to our car, and I left, I proceeded to the police station.
And why did you go to the police station to make a report?
I felt like my son was in anger, about hair. He had scars, and he wrong, that was a minor, and he had a job.
Did your son sustain any injuries?
He was scarred for a very long time, he had her head for a very long time before the therapy day.
And what type of injuries were they?
He had patches in the back of his head, and you still see like one of the holes in the back of his head right now.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
Sure.
Ma'am, I've handed you what's been marked as People's Proposed Exhibit number 1. I'd like you to take an opportunity and review that.
Yes.
Do you recognize that?
Oh, yes, well, definitely.
How do you recognize it?
I don't get you.
Or is that a fair and accurate depiction of the injuries your son sustained as a result of the injuries?
Yes, this is.
And is that a fair and accurate depiction?
Fair.
Is it a fair and accurate depiction of the injuries your son had sustained as a result of the defendant's conduct?
Yes.
And does that appear to be altered or manipulated in any way?
No.
Your Honor, at this time I move into evidence People's Proposed Exhibit number 1.
Mr. Land? Thank you.
Public report.
Thank you.
No,
I'm not. Thank you.
How you doing?
Good.
Yes, let me start off by asking you, how many times have you think your son has met Mr. Sharp? I'm asking you. Several times. When you first,
Well, we didn't go around him often because I don't think like kids. Yeah, that's every time, that's.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
Just talk to.
do you know who's in charge in this room right now?
Okay, yeah.
Would you act like I'm in charge?
So when you first arrived at this album, what happened? Did you sit down, did you get something to eat? Did you went and get your son and Mr. Sharp and have a conversation? Did anything occur when you first arrived at this?
Yes, it is on.
You had a good time. What happened?
We watched the game.
Was your son and Mr. Sharp together very long?
Yes, it was. It was on quite a good time.
Where were they at?
I was watching the game.
Okay. Gotcha. So did Mr. Sharply ever drag your son?
Right.
He testified that he pulled his hair.
He did. He was laying on top of it, pulling his shirt. That's what I said.
Okay, so if your son, is your memory more accurate now or when the incident first happened?
Well,
There, let's go, okay, so let's get the true story. Cause you give it, look, you're not accused. So just answer my question, okay?
I didn't know that.
You went to the police station a day afterwards.
Okay.
But you testified here today that you went right after the incident. So which story is true?
After, if you see it day after, then that means the day after. And guess what? It doesn't matter, I win. I win.
Okay.
We have evidence of that. It was, if you know it wasn't that day, it was probably right, because it was Saturday night. It was super late at night, I left there, like 1 in the morning.
Okay, one more time, ma'am.
Let me ask you something. So you're thinking that a gun was pulled. You're alleging that a gun was pulled on you,
On my son.
on your son, not you.
Well, we both was there, so they might as well say both of us.
What was it? That's very important for these proceedings. Was it pulled on you or your son?
But, yeah, my son, he said, nigga, I'll kill you, nigga, I'll kill you.
Okay, you heard it. Let me ask you this. What did you say?
As far as that.
Mhm.
Uh,
So, we getting somewhere. So someone pulled a gun on your son. Played it out. You didn't say anything.
That a yes, ma'am?
yes,
So are you being truthful today? That doesn't make any sense to me.
I'm being very truthful. I don't have to lie about nothing like that. You think I'm gonna sit on that guy and say that he put out a bill, he got multiple ones in his house, okay? He's at there.
Okay,
and so-
okay.
My son in another room, okay? He got one.
Ma'am. I'm gonna hold you in contempt.
But he's sitting up and trying to make it liar, judge, you know?
Ma'am, you're not here to defend yourself. You're here to answer questions. That's all you're here for.
So if your son gave in his police statement that he was on top of your uncle, he went in to fight, would that be incorrect?
No, that's incorrect.
That's incorrect?
That's incorrect. He's gonna have him.
Okay. I have no further questions.
Mr. Muhammad.
Very briefly, ma'am, you indicated on cross-examination that the defendant possesses multiple guns. Is that correct?
But I don't put anything.
So it's a yes or no question, ma'am.
And do you know what kind of guns the defendant owns?
Nah, I never, that was my first time being over there.
And the gun that you had observed that he pointed in the direction of the kitchen, can you describe it?
It was, I remember, this was a year and a half ago, I just started done. It was an engine. It was a year and a half ago. I don't know if my son described.
I think she said no. Let's move on.
Color it was?
She just stated she can't describe it. So
Well, Your Honor, this is a more specific.
I'll allow it.
Do you know what color the handgun was?
No.
No other gun.
I have nothing.
You can step down, ma'am. Watch your step on the ramp.
Your Honor, the people call Mr. Omani Robinson.
Possibly. Mr. Robinson, all the way up front, please. Watch your step on this incline ramp. Raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? Have a seat right there. Yes. When you're ready, Mr. Mahone.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you please state your name for the record and spell it?
My name is Michael Robinson. K-H-U-M-A-N-R.
Can you spell your last name?
R-O-E-I-N-S-O-N.
Sir, if you tend to speak a little bit louder when you speak, okay? Thank you. Sir, I'm going to take you back to the date of January 14th, 2024. Were you at the location of 6291 South Wayne Road?
Yes,
Is that located in the city of Romulus, county of Wayne?
yes.
And what were you doing at that location on that date?
I was supposed to be there for like football game, I think. And
Who was at that location on that date?
here. Okay. My uncle, my mom, my friend.
And do you know Paris's last name? Or do you see Paris Sharpley in the courtroom today? You please point to that person and point out an article of clothing that individual is wearing.
Blue. Blue suit, navy blue suit.
Your Honor, please let the record reflect the witness has identified the defendant.
Noted.
Did something happen between you and Mr. Paris Sharpley at that location on that day that brings you to court today?
Yes,
What happened?
so fight, it was what it is. Like,
How did the fight begin?
I was standing in the front room. Just minding my own business, he's standing there. He came in there drunk, like, he was trying to press, trying to, like, intimidate me. You know, whatever you feel like. I was trying to make me sit down and stuff, just sitting around and stuff, and then I told him to go. He swung him, then we got touched on,
And when the defendant swung at you, did he strike you?
yes,
Where?
my face.
And what did he do next?
Well, we started touching him, and once we started touching him, he grabbed my hair. He rolled me over and stuff, pulling my hair. He ain't talking crowd, he talking, poking my eyes, all types of stuff. Then he realized he couldn't poke my eyes. He started to grab my hair again, and then eventually he just kept pulling my hair until he pulled it off.
What do you mean that he pulled it out?
Like he pulled it out and yanked it out my head. I had a dread from, so my hair was going. He yanked it out my head by pulling it.
Did you sustain any injuries on your head as a result of the defendant?
I got a scar, like my stuff to my wrong side. So
Can you describe the scar?
my hair was like this, it's like scars.
And what happened next after he had removed the dreads off of your head?
So once he got this far, he had pulled my dreads. He went in the back of the
Before we get to that, did he say anything to you during this altercation?
lady. You say so?
Hold on just a minute. I'm sorry, Mr. Land, I didn't hear. What's the objection?
That's what happened when you started. With the word.
Judge, I'm not suggesting an answer, so my question calls for yes or no, so it's not leading. I'm asking, and he can easily say no, so that's not leading.
Agreed.
Sir, did the defendant say anything during your altercation? At the time you were wrestling and he was pulling out the dreads, did he say anything at that time?
Yeah, he basically saying like, oh, I feel you. I was asking him like, why is it time to pull my beard? Like, get off me. I'm grabbing him. He's like, oh, you don't care about me? He's like, oh, I you. Just hollering drunk, like, just, I don't,
And what happened next?
when he got this loud, he finally done my hair out, on my hair. He ran to the back of it. He ran to the back, grabbed the gun. I got his rooms for, I went to the side, so they would see.
Where did you go?
It's like his house. I don't know how to explain it, but like, it's like a kitchen. It's a what's the name? And so from a room, I can't even, I don't know how to really explain it. But I'm gonna come.
Was it near the kitchen area?
Yeah.
And how do you know that he went to grab a gun?
Because everybody was from out, but he's screaming at him, kid. So it's like when he walked back there, he's saying, "I'm a kid, I'm a kid." And I call him before something. Then he grabbed somebody went toward him. So when he grabbed, go back there, everybody's telling like, go. He's gonna crash. I grabbed, so he grabbed him. He grabbed him. I'm assuming that it's him. But everybody tells me that it was done.
Well, sir, I'll ask you not to assume.
I didn't see him grab the gun, but I know it was done. Everybody knows it.
Okay. And when he was making those statements that I'm going to kill you, how did you feel in that moment?
I feel like somebody else attacking my life.
And how old were you on the day in question? You indicated you were struck on the face. Did you sustain any injuries as a result of that strike?
Pretty hard to do.
No further questions, sir. Thank you.
Mr. Land,
You didn't see Mr. Sharp, right?
Well, see, I didn't see. Because he pushes up on maybe minutes ago. I'm
But you never seen him with a gun.
not to the end.
But if no gun was ever pointed at you.
Not going else.
Okay, let me ask you.
okay, I'm having trouble hearing him.
Okay. So he said no gun was pointed at you.
At the end, when we walked out drunk, we see everybody was talking. Yeah, he pointed at that.
You're telling me.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so is your memory more accurate now or when the incident first happened? Thank God.
I didn't hear a word of that. Can you use your outdoor voice for me?
When the incident first happened.
Thank you.
Okay. Now. No, Mr. Sharp.
That day.
Yeah, that day, that day. Well, you never on that day with Mr. Sharp.
Yeah, I was over for a while.
Just watching football game. That's okay. Now, let me ask you this. And in your, do you see Mr. Sharp in your life? You guys, you really don't know each other.
No.
Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
You, out.
Do you remember giving a statement to the police that day?
You know, it's
You do remember giving a statement the next day or somewhere around that time? You remember telling the police that Mr. Sharpley took you to a room and showed you where guns were?
I remember.
You don't remember making this? So if that statement is in the police report that your uncle took you to some back room and showed you where the guns were, that's incorrect.
No, he didn't tell me to no back room. He took me. Wait, he had no like. He took me to where in the front room for the rehab.
Isn't it true you gave a statement to the police that you grabbed that gun to protect yourself? You didn't grab a gun? Okay. So you never had a gun? Okay, I have no further questions.
Mr. Mohammed?
Sir, you indicated that the defendant had pointed a gun at you, is that correct?
You,
And can you describe this gun?
it was us speaking, who was in the car, we, didn't see it, or
I'm sorry?
he was leaving, he was outside, he pointed the gun as we was leaving. Like this.
Who pointed the gun?
Here's
Where did he point it?
the car, or,
Was it, were you in the car?
yes,
Who else was in the car? And how did you feel when the defendant pointed the gun at the car you were in?
yeah,
And why did you feel that way?
pointed the guns.
No further question.
So you never got a gun pointed at you when you were inside the house?
You know,
Pardon?
so I woke up,
So with no gun pointed at your chest?
none of my six.
Okay, no further questions.
You can step down, watch your step on the ramp.
Your Honor, no further witnesses, no people.
The defense has no witnesses, Your Honor.
Argument.
Both motion for line over, I believe testimony reflects the plan for that, the paragraph, were there any rebuttal?
Mr. Land?
Your Honor. There's two different sets of testimony, Your Honor. And the people must prove probable cause standard that a crime was committed and that Mr. Sharpley committed that crime. So Sharpley is being charged with felony possession, assault with a dangerous weapon, felony firearm, aggravated assault, Your Honor. I have an issue with the weapons charges, Your Honor. These victims can't describe the weapons, Your Honor. They're given two different testimonies, Your Honor. One's this stated that he had a gun pointed at him inside. He stated that he had a gun pointed at him outside. Your Honor, this testimony is just not truthful. It's hard to believe, and this court can judge the credibility of the witness, Your Honor. So I have no issues with the other charges, Your Honor. It's just these gun charges, Your Honor. I'm asking the court that these witnesses can't be trustworthy, Your Honor, and I'm asking the court to dismiss the weapons charges in this matter. Thank you.
But I would disagree, I do believe it's a question of that, like what we have presented to the court is some circumstantial evidence as well as, an exhibit which, goes to the credibility of one of the witnesses. The witnesses both testified that the defendant had pulled up the dreads of the witness in his case. And the exhibit that was produced before, confirms that injury did occur. It's consistent with their testimony, so I believe for purposes of today's hearing, because we're not determining guilt, I think the burden is satisfied, which is probable cause. I think it's a question of that. And that, I think based off of that and the statements by the defendant of "I'll kill you," and then the pointing of the weapon, we have to infer there was some sort of intent at least. So I do believe there's a question.
Go ahead, Mr. Land.
He mentioned the picture. He showed you a picture of some dreads pulled out. I'm not disputing anything that goes with aggravated assault with an adult having a fight with a kid. It's just, Your Honor, the weapons charges, Your Honor, that is totally hard to believe. No one can describe it, but you got two different instances. I don't know what to say, Your Honor. This would not be fair to bound him over on any weapons charge, Your Honor. The people have not met their burden, their probable cause for regarding the weapon, Your Honor. That's maybe the fight, but not the weapons, Your Honor. Thank you.
And Judge, if I may,
Sure.
the first witness did describe it to the degree that it was a handgun.
Yeah.
So again, it's our position and we maintain that it's a question of fact at this time. Thank you, Judge, if I may, it's not just the handgun, but it's also the statement, right? So when looking at the totality of the circumstances where you have the factor of the statement, I'll kill you, and then there's a gun. So, and then there's an assault to the degree where an individual's hair is being pulled out and what appeared to be from the exhibit multiple spots on his head. So based on the totality of the circumstances, I do think there's just a question of fact at this.
Your Honor, the totality of circumstances is this. When individuals having a fight, they state, "I'll kill you" all the time. It doesn't matter if they have a stick, a gun, or they're using their fist. When you're in the heat of the battle, you make those statements. What is unbelievable about this testimony, Your Honor? And you have to, she got quiet on this part. I asked her, I said, "Someone pointed a gun at your son?" "Yes." "What did you do?" "Nothing." Now, I don't know a mother in this world that would not die, scream, holler, "No, please don't kill my baby." This testimony is unbelievable. You cannot believe what they're saying. You have one person. Now, this is a traumatic incident. Your Honor, if someone pulled the gun on me, I would know whether or not they pulled it on me while I'm inside of here, or if I was outside the door, because it would freak me out for the rest of my life. Now you got guys testifying that they pull it off and they drive out the back seat, the driver's seat. Then you got mom saying it happened inside and everybody just casually walked out. By the way, while he was drunk, he was sloppy drunk, she told you, Your Honor. Now, how do we discern that? There's something wrong. Did it happen inside? Did it happen outside? Did you jump in front of him? Did you say, "Don't kill my baby"? Did you? So you're relying on some dreads? Yes, he poured some dreads out because he was getting his butt whooped by that young boy. So for the prosecutor to say, "The kind of circumstances, I'll kill you," I hear that every day in fights. Brothers and sisters tell each other, "I'll kill you." That's what happens. You cannot allow a person to say, "The totality of circumstances, there's a gun." Yes, she said it was a handgun. She couldn't describe the color. She couldn't describe the color. A mother could not describe the color of a gun that was pointed at her child. Oh, man. So that's telling me you never thought about it again. Because it didn't happen. It didn't. So I'm asking this court, you cannot bound this over on the gun charge, sir. Because you can wait credibility to the witness and say this doesn't make sense. So I'm asking this court to dismiss the gun charges. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Your Honor, if I may, what kind of precedent would we be setting if, as the testimony reflected in this case, not only was the gun pointed one time, but it appeared to have been pointed at this young boy who's 15 years old twice. Once when he was in the kitchen, the mom indicated that she had observed, and then the second was when the family went back to the car. So in this case, it appears a felonious assault occurred not once, but multiple times. And I think we would be setting a bad precedent if we were to allow this case to be dismissed. So, Your Honor, respectfully, I won't highlight that statement that the defendant made or what happens to his hair, but it is something we need to consider. We're not here determining guilt. We're here to determine whether or not there's probable cause. And the testimony in this case reflects two individuals' testimony. It's not one person who's coming up here and saying what could happen. We have multiple people who are here testifying under oath, and it seems credible based off of the statements with the hair. So I think we must find over. It's not something that we should be considering. At this time, there's nothing additional I can add. Thank you.
Mr. Land, I'm going to bind over. Yes, there are discrepancies in the story, but the measuring stick I'm supposed to use is it possible that a reasonable prior of fact would buy one version of the story? I'm going to bind over. I'm going to wish you luck downtown.
A routine family court hearing quickly turned into a dramatic custody battle. A father learned that a child believed to be his had been placed for adoption in Colorado, while a divorce case was still pending. He claimed he was never informed and immediately fought back in court. As arguments over DNA testing, custody rights, and jurisdiction intensified, the judge delivered a powerful warning. The court made it clear that moving a child to another state does not erase a parent's rights